Teboho is not normal. He's not compliant. He will break the rules.
He's had money, he's lost money, and then he's had money.
He's not the guy that you're going to put in a fixed job and ask him to do tasks every day and he will do those tasks. He's not that.
He's very aggressive business-wise.
He's a real street hustler.
It's also important to say go to a pioneer.
He's a loving person and urata ho bona batho ba leng in a space ya go dumela.
When you look at where he is today, that is just, a pioneering spirit.
He's a game changer that can teach other game changers to up their game.
Ivondra sothini nje.
Teboho has got an entrepreneurial streak.
Teboho was a guy low man shuti. Kuyonke into lena esicabanga ukuthi no sinithathe 2 years. Yinithola vele manje.
Nje ke ngwana o reng ntho ha re wa yetsa. Ene ntho ke ratang ya hae wa yetsa phumelle. In the boardroom, Teboho takes business serious.
We're the originators of this thing, and we'll show them how it's done.
He almost interrogates you if So he's very serious, he's very focused.
Personally, I want action. I don't believe in talking a lot, I believe in doing a lot.
He got to where he is because of hard work, because of his serial entrepreneurial skills, his ability to listen, his ability to network, his ability to seek advice. It's quite rare.
Yena hard working indana and uthanda ukuthi athanda kuba afake pressure. Yabona. Pressure nje ukuthi yena asifake nje pressure angalali nje umuntu oyihasla 24 hours.
Hana experience eleng gore batho bangata had to pay millions to gain mentorship, or he's a real street hustler.
I remember that at some stage there was a project that he wanted to partner with me on. So I remember having done and put a proposal together which he tore apart. This guy, he's not as experienced as I am, but I give him a proposal to go and submit. He tears it apart and he puts it together again. It was completely different. So there's something about him that he doesn't settle for anything that's not showcasing the best that he can do.
People I grew up with, and reality is I realize sometimes people sometimes
once you discover who you are, because into esishaya kakhulu ukuthi singadiscover ukuthi singobani, yabona. So uTeboho discovered ukuthi uyinobani.
He sees himself holistic. He doesn't box himself to a particular industry or a particular event, if you will.
And he does so many things. Lena sometimes I can't keep up. Okay, my friend, so what's a no?
He's into different businesses. He's into media, he's into property, he's into transport and logistics.
But I think the core right now is construction.
When you look at where he is today, that is just, a pioneering spirit, and ivondra sothini nje.
If you have motivation, you can absolutely do anything.
When Teboho public speaks, he motivates because he tells his story. He motivates a lot of people. He's a motivational speaker, but apart from doing it as a job, he does it to his close friends and family, to ensure Hurabatubahula spiritually.
There's a number of people that he's been able to assist and give spotlight to, and most of those people have got that privilege of meeting as they would be interviewed and coming to the show, and that's really speak highly of Teboho and then saying that, he helped me, but didn't really ask for anything at all.
Obviously, not contest ningi sisifunde kuTeboho. Yabona ukuthi elifini ufuna ukusdiscover ukuthi wena ubani.
One thing ekiboneng being common amongst batho batlang batlokopa advice mo showing ba ifiwa advice ke Teboho, they always have that aha moment.
The database that you're collecting, I think you can use that database more than what you're using it for. Do you know there's people that sell or rent out databases to run campaigns out there? So that could be an added on advantage to your business.
He's a loving person and o rata ho bona batho ba leng in a space ya go dumela. Because Teboho, that's him. He wants other people to do better.
Even if bophelong ho na le ntho e o hlolang or you're failing in something, no? At least babu like us time.
Oh my God, Teboho and clothes. No, he's got an obsession.
He really dresses the way that he likes to be addressed because he addresses on that level.
Hona image important. Ke hotse ke hlopheya and the next apare se ke batlang ho sapara. So and today I'm a big believer hore dress according to how you want to be addressed.
They'd be like, Chandu, in Kotin, you know, Kotin, you know, you must represent, you know.
I'll Kotin. But se ke tso ka so we just stood. I stood doing it.
Itse ba shimane ba sebetsa mo crew ne. Ha ile gore go tlo shootiwa le Teboho. Everybody makes sure gore ba ba teng. Ba kopa le go kopa to be booked on that day because the style are fashion, things that are new, things that are different, but you know, I stole his sweater once and he's like, I want my sweater back. I'm like, no, you're not having your sweater back. So he's in both casual and formal, he just rocks that space. Teboho would come in with his cravats, utlatlaka, khonale shirt engwe a ratang ya leather, a black, ya crosser, e busy nje. But hardly mokhalatsone lena wa mona nje u confident.
I love looking good. Kiarata haholo. From, you know, head to toe. My shoe needs to be proper, my shirt needs to be proper. A lot of other things. So kiarata hore ha ke hlaya. Ke shebe and hobele something I would do.
Because he's a quiet person, he needs a crazy outlet. And I think biking for him is that place where he can just be free.
I love chilling Kochisanyama with my friends, take a bike ride there, you know, and just go do something different, something social. My Kabaka friends are crazy, all of them, like, they're crazy. I think I'm the sober one and the most settled one amongst them all.
Teboho ke game changer gobane mo tlapong ntse I ridela eling the Real Kings go tshamekile tema e kgolo go ira gore the Real Kings e be a known brand.
I used to work as a motorcycle salesperson. So there was a time when he said to me, why don't you incorporate your business and the fun that we have? So I actually did that, whereby I ended up taking the bikes, started introducing them to guys, and that worked for me. I was scoring more sales than most people.
Ngisukile ke mina ku passive income ka 2,000 rand to 18,000 rand ngenyanga because of his ukuhlanganyela kwami naye. So umuntu onombono kakhulu entweni zamabhizinisi.
I come from the Dutch street of Wattville, Benoni. It's a small township in the East Rand. I'm the second born and the last born of my mother. It's got two boys. and it's me and my elder brother. Then I have got brothers and sisters here from my father's side. One particularly grew up living out of donated clothes and food from food schemes. Because my mother working at the clinic and I buy the food schemes and food parcels. So some of that food she'll come home with.
Kana kung higher school of man, especially when it comes to uniform. Of man kana kung we honali into itseng hempe. Of man kana kung kiburu ko tupula li dieta. So dieta kana kung o kre hore una struggle ka taba ya dieta.
I remember the time enye sihamba sesikolweni kunethi imvula sihleli uTebo kabanga namahloni ukuthi akhiphe isicathulo mhlawumbe sekumanzi sisimanzi isicathulo sinembobo pha achinje ibox thatha ibox afaka akhiphe nekawusi alifake lapha yabona.
One had to go to school with shoes that had holes underneath. Nekenya cardboard for So but now being at school or going to school whenever it rained, the minute that cardboard will turn into tissue paper. So when other kids are learning in school, I'll actually be freezing.
uTebo kuhlalela mama yakhe Lakeview. Obviously mama yakhe is a single parent. I'm a challenge la uba now because of other children abathize in terms of liking this tease. So end up uTebo kabanga angakhona ukuthi asithole into ezoprovide indaba zesikolo, indaba ze-financial wire a home which is a kids heaven for our orphanage nabantwana ukugcina nje abantwana nje lapho abaswelayo.
He went to Kids Haven just to have shelter because things were bad, situation was bad, and he lacked, he had nothing, and abantwana babehlekisa ngaye, because he had nothing. Lack of uniform, how kids can be sometimes.
Kids Haven hantle ke bona imthuse because hola ba le mo re fumanang di psychologist o tlisene tsene di mo assessa o bona so ba qetella ba misa sekolong because hona le brother ya omholo nasa ke tla re ke motho o quiet so motho na le last takanyana ene le Teboho so ba bona o bitire ba train Teboho
bamnceda in terms of identifying other skills that anazo yabona for mama kaTeboho because of remember lapho kule orphanage lapho kunama psychological kunokudlala isport kudlala into ezithize kunama sport because isport nazo have an effect kumntwana yabona.
It was a journey for Teboho to be where he is today. So for me, I think that him coming from that background to where he is today is that built him to be the man that he is today.
After a couple of months, as a Kids Haven home, the jam finish. Obviously, chama kabuya bank. Azange sabuye la kumamaki, but wabuyela kumkhulu wakhe. Then makahlala nomkhulu wakhe. Obviously, umkhulu wakhe bekumuntu othengisayo. So wahlala naye, chama kahlala naye wathengisa. I think the spirit close ukuthengisa so entrepreneurship saqala lapho.
Bahudise ke ntate wa ka ntate ko na rata kgwebo ne. Yes, o fumana re kana go ngitebo ya sekolong. Ba bane o ba neletsa di sweets hore ba rekise. Kanti le kontlong ntate ko na re rekisa acha, a rekisa di sweets, a rekisa di cold drink. So o fumana go engata Teboho na focus go ntwe eo.
For me it's something that I grew up in. Entrepreneurship, I always said it was a lifestyle because it's something that I grew up doing it not by choice but made by circumstance, trying to survive.
Umkhulu wakhe beka-instilla into ama-leadership skills kuTeboho because noTeboho nayo unayo lento leyo ukuthi isikhathi ya-prioritize bekuwumuntu ongayithandi i-TV uthi arara ukuthi yazi ngibheke iy'ncwadi than ngibukele sambole that is making a million mina wildlife imile
ntate ko na morata Teboho hoba nako e ngata inile ngwana o re romehang still le ka jeno ntsa yetsa ntho eo ha ke moroma waya
yazi manga compare uTeboho compare nomkhulu wakhe kuna similarities akhona kuTeboho nomkhulu wakhe ukuthanda abantu and also nokuthi uma beyenza into bayayenza. Yeah, high school lethe ngisho ukuthi high school bekumuntu ophaphayo. Yabona umuntu achina le mchino lo yabona le snacks yamawuli. Yabona achina le mchino nyana le yamawuli uTeboho and bathanda kumgwara ngayo yabona. So uTeboho bekadumile esikoleni. Bekase participate ku-dance, ayenza i-cricket, ayenza i-soccer nomuntu lo. Obviously nama outfits shaya ini i-soccer ne-contest nje kuphela. But yena never rate, bayenza yonke into. Sithi ngamagama bekasishesha lo muntu ukuthi azini. Ukuphi la strong khona.
Eventually became involved in SRC activities. So that's when, being in SRC, I was part of the organizing team for Mr. and Mrs. Wattville. So we had to go look for a DJ. That's when this guy came recommended Tulani. But now how to go Tulani was there washing his sneakers. And we agreed on prices, we agreed on everything. So I wanted to see what he uses. So, and there was sound coming from his room. He said, let's go. And when we go in, we found that he was using a computer. It was the first time seeing a computer so close without going, besides when I go pay rent or kiloreka something at the retail store.
Copy music, and then I'm interested in the stuff that's in it because he saw to IT, and from there now nali curious about Louise or young and wabo.
So Teboho bega abheke system esenze ivaka so yabona. So Teboho was fascinated ukuthi le power lephuma le around le nto le yabona. So sayacala manje synchronize kakhulu ukuthi inhle kwenzakalani lapha yabona.
So, and that's how I got exposed to computers. Started advertising myself to saying I type people's CVs, I fix computers.
Uthi ulungisa ama computer ebantwini ne, but uyayithatha uyisakule-out yabona. Sithi ngamagama kule-out saka yi-middleman yabona. Saka le-out ispan, but at the same time the main person in the picture about uTeboho yabona. Sakavela kanjani bathi ne-mouth but uTeboho ulungisa ama computer. I know uTeboho behind the scene une-out intswemi engavelanga.
So Teboho lena fine, he grew into that. Now he started being into computers and stuff. So he started building up his own PC with the help of each other. So I showed him how this is done, build a PC, all that stuff.
In such a way that it led to me fixing computers at school, fixing computers at libraries, and eventually at grade 11, dropping out to actually work for an IT company. I saw this post that required an IT technician that I applied for. So 6 to 8 months later, this guy phoned me to say the requirements were simple: was metric, A+ and N+ experience. When you don't have any, you're still in grade 11. So, and at the time my grandfather had passed on, so the situation was really bad. And I went and I got the job.
Achintshe leso span, angisasipani manje. Sakaspana emakhompyutheni kwenye indawo lapha e-Adelaide Tambo. Just azobamba iTempinyana nje kuphela nje afundisa abantu nje ngecomputer. And lapho what is so interesting lapha makafundisa lapha uwathi ungena eclassini wafundisa ama-enemy wakhe wonke. Wathi manje ngenzeni ngathi mfana ngena ayikho into enjalo.
These people, the 1 minute, 1 year they were kokasi doing nothing, doing this mere stupid computer course. And another year they're getting jobs, they're doing this and that. These are the people that I transformed their lives. These are the people that I taught, and today they've got jobs. I came back, tried to start this business, and I had a friend who was interested. His name was Teboho as well. So in fact, I'm Teboho and he's Teboho. So we decided to start a company called TNT IT Solutions. I went to this client. This client said, we're looking for a website. Can you do websites? I had not done websites. It was not the space I was playing in. 1.5 months back, I was listening to a radio station, one of the SABC radio stations, Metro in fact. There was 2 young gentlemen that were being interviewed at the radio station. They were promoting their company that does websites. I phoned the company, told them who I was and what I wanted to form a partnership for them to do websites on my behalf. I get the clients for them. There came Sibusiso.
Sibusiso ke moshimane o mong o dulang Pink Spread somewhere more. Yeah. So o kile tsamaya le Teboho haholo and ene re hana le Teboho. A ke batla bua maka. There are things the concrete then it is a hala between them.
The guy asked me to say, what do you want in life? I said to him, I want to be a millionaire by the age of 35. And he looked at me. You want? I said, I want to be a millionaire by the age of 35. He says, no, man. Why do you want to be a millionaire then when you could be a millionaire now? So, guys, this is new language.
So embuzo uthi Teboho ufunani? Teboho atazini ngifuna i-mentorship kahle kahle ngishange into so yabona. Ata no yazi ngiyayibona la ngikhona la kuwo yabona. But it's isikhathi nje kuphela nje kuphela. But yazi I won't give you the mentorship. Ngifuna nje uzoba ishofa yami yabona. Teboho ahlanya ngizongitshela dama awuthi la uthi ngizoba ishofa yami. And mina ngifuni la ngikube ishofa. Mina ngifuna ingmentore le out. Yabona. Okay, Teboho vele athi ngithi kuyazi ngoba obvious manje ishofa yakhe at least wena useduze nawo ungabaleki into le because remember sizoraba ipower nalo muntu lo yabona.
Interesting enough, now working for Sibusiso, the receptionist resigned. So I said, I'll stand in, I'll become the receptionist. He says, but you're a guy. I said, yeah, I'm a guy who drives, I'm a guy who has IT background, I'm a guy who says, this is no. Besides, we had acquired a big client, so I don't have time to be going through recruitment processes. You stand in. I stood in. I know 3 months later, I was employing my own receptionist. Now I was a project manager. And, I was exposed now, to a different set. Sibusiso obviously knew of the frustrations that I was going through. And I remember he said to me, "Bra, start a business of your own." I registered a new company called IT Solutions. So now then I felt, okay, now I want to go out now and go focus on on my own.
Obviously, Teboho bekumuntu vele uthanda brand. Yabona, because uyasithanda ukuthi you know what? Igama lakhe so bekafuna kabi ukuthi hayi kube ihlone no IT solution.
So one client took a chance with us and they said, okay, we want this. They gave us timelines. We said, no, those timelines are a lot, we'll do it in less. And came up with a plan, came up with a strategy. We presented the strategy to the client. Client was happy and we signed it off. So, and the first payment came in, So, and it was actually a buy in a couple of hundreds. And yeah, man, you smell better, when there's a lot of zeros in your account. But now once you're rolling in 6 zeros, it means you need to be drinking, these relevant bottles. You need to be hanging out in these relevant places.
Which is normal for business. And we're young, you spend, you go out, you like, there's $1 million in my account, oh my word, you forget, and then musuli mali.
Asakhona differentiate between imali business and imali kweyakhe.
So it was kind of a downfall because now we forgot that we needed to sustain the very same thing that got us on top. So we owed now everybody, we owed the taxmen, we owed creditors, we practically owed everybody. And now we had lawsuits coming left, right and center. And we had not to go anywhere but definitely go down.
Teboho re hlona IT solution ya liquidate due to ama reason ukuthi sometimes awusakhona ukuphilela for business ophilela abanye abantu because obviously inyuko mayise ingena sometimes you forget ukuthi ubani wena ubani ubuya kuphi yabona starting adopting izinto ongazazi esithize.
After the downfall, went back Kokasi. I tried looking for a job. I think a week, I would send just over 30 or 50 CVs and started approaching even some of the companies that wanted to employ us to say, you know what, I'm in the market, I'm available, can the opportunity they once present itself again? And nothing came, nothing happened. And, one of my close friends actually said to me, Hori, you know what, you're trying to get a job. Maybe this is the one thing that you're not meant to do.
After a liquidation of the first business, I wavula a new business with Teboho Mafodi. Second business.
I tried again, and this time trying again, it actually, started working.
He realized that he wanted something that will make him the man that he is today. He wanted something that is relevant in terms of he was done playing games in terms of making money and spending money.
I met a partner that had flew down from Israel. I'm looking for local business opportunities and entrepreneurs. And after we met this partner, he liked what we were doing and what we're standing for as a company, and presented an opportunity for us to get into a partnership. We went to Bella, got together the community of farmers, and we wanted their pig waste. And we actually took that pig waste and we built a digester, an engine to actually create electricity with this waste. So it was the biggest biogas power plant in the country. That created a lot of media attention, that created a lot of interest within people that are in the energy space. So after that, now money came in, and before we could even service that, an opportunity came. My partner claims that he wanted to make us money, so he decided to invest in it and not tell us, or he's investing in it, and he actually cleaned us up, and the man went AWOL.
He had money one day. He had over 24 million rand in his account one day, and then the next morning he had no money in his account because the guy maneuvered things and money disappeared from his account.
It really became devastating because I lost friends that we were living the lifestyle with, and got dumped at the time as well.
When I ask him a question, Teboho, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay, my friend. I'm like, Teboho, you ain't speaking to some ordinary friend. You're speaking to me. Are you okay? Do you want to cry right now on the phone,
And at some point, I think I even thought of suicide or something, So, but I was like, no, it's worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, my son Ominyani, and one can bounce back.
He does the typical man look, go into a cage. But in that cage, he comes with creativity, he comes with new ideas. So he came out of that with more ideas, with more innovative ideas to go about going into business.
As a business, I think we're recovering. And at the time, we only had one contract that we had signed the Egoroleni. It was a 3-year contract. Yalena sheep. And was practically living out of 1,002 a month. So, and I needed things going because I had opportunities that needed money. And when Big Break came, and there's the man. So why don't you apply and see what one has in store?
This is Teboho Mafodi.
I run a company called TM Group. We've got a subsidiary called Youth to Grid. It's a business about building using alternative technology.
So I looked at Teboho, and when I look at him, I see myself. That's where I was. at a certain point in my profession as an entrepreneur. And when you see somebody who kind of has got networks and has got the skill to be able to do things that other people can't do, that's somebody special.
So obviously lapho ke umshimane ke lapho bakahlangana nenkalakathe lapho ukuthi kwaziyo ukuthi ubani upusha in kanjani kwaziyo because we was different province, different people.
We'll show them how this is done properly. I made sure that, you know what, I sell to the core. You know, it's funny. When you actually go out there in the street, there'll always be this one person that will be standing there as if he sees nothing. And that's the one person that sees everything.
Teboho is not normal. He's not compliant. He's not the guy that you're going to put in a fixed job and ask him to do tasks every day and he will do those tasks. He's not that. He will break the rules.
Party ngithandile ku break iphathi uTeboho bekune argument yabona. So uTeboho umuntu uthanda ukuma solution akathanda ukuthi lokhu entertain ama problems. Le way bathi le ngakhona ovela waphusha nomshimane ephulini wangena ephulini yabona. And umphusha intentional ukuthi umshimane ngene ephulini ukuthi manje lokubhiza ngishela ngeproblem ngishela ngesolution yabona.
And it gets a magic. Like, no, man, you know, and the task that we were given, not even with a lot of viewers, I think they're really convinced that I know this man is going to take that 5 million.
The blue chip for this challenge is Teboho Mafodi. Congratulations, Teboho.
So the Big Break Legacy looks at how you performed and how your team performed. Sometimes you can actually get knocked off in the series, not because you are not doing well, because the team has not participated well. So when we look at the team performance, and then we look at individuals in the team and how they've contributed. And I think it was one of those episodes where you really are sad to see a good guy go, but you got to do what you got to do, right?
It's not good being on review. Maybe some members felt that I didn't perform as much. Big Break Legacy for now was a big break.
uTeboho ubona lapho uthana nomshimane inkulu into ezayo uTeboho wabona udane inkulu nomfana destined for bigger things yabona.
The one thing that I think he's done which really made me think that actually, you know what, pay attention to this guy, is he started a media company which has events management. And I'm like, well, from construction to something that unthinkable, you know, there's what is the linkage there? How do you link these two?
I've got 3 shows. My first ever show, it was SABC1. Katleho, in fact, is the person that insisted to say this guy can bring value.
Profile ne re batla for motho wa show was someone who is real, who's open, and motho o sa sebedising mantswe a magolo a dikgwebo tse leng gore batho ha ba kena ha ba itsuri motho o reng or they can't relate or it's something in a foreign in another way. So Teboho ha anatla o ke motho a khonong go bua le batho ka dikgwebo tsa bone in the layman's of terms. And that is what really propelled the show forward with Teboho being in it.
You've got a good business, you've got a unique business. If ever I don't see you making your first mark of $1 million in a year or 2, then definitely you must close or sell that business to me.
I think the best moment would definitely be Huipula yena as a human being to batho ba bang. So ha offer advice ya it's not just on this is what you should do, but he extends to say, listen, ha ile gore wa ntloka ke itse di phone number tsa ka ngfounele at any time of the day. I can assist you with 1, 2 or 3. Ha se batho mangata ba ipulelang jwalo, batho ba tlang mo TV, they come in, they do what they do because ke mosebetsi batho ba tsamaya. From me and Teboho Mafodi, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.
nini yangifonela ngihamba ngemoto ukuthi man tuna ku radio station ethize awunini sekukhuluma yena laphana sakhuluma nama-call into ezifana lezo singamanga ukuthi housekeeper ngomshimane manje.
My name is Teboho Mafodi. Welcome to another exciting installment of one of the senior journalists of Business Times. Was doing a show called Candid Business. Had just landed a new client, so was going to be committed, and they needed somebody to stand in on the show. So obviously, I happened to be getting the news at the right time. And obviously I've always loved radio. Radio is like biking. Once you start, it's hard to stop. And sent an email to Rena to say, Rena, I heard this is what's happening. I'd like to stand in, you know. And Rena, luckily they have heard of this Teboho guy, invited me in. We had a meeting with him, with her and Gareth.
But I remember I met this guy who I immediately got the impression that he was someone who was a mover and shaker, someone who really knew a lot of people, someone who had a dream and a passion and an idea of growing a show, growing an audience.
They said, okay, we're deciding to Candid Business. We want you to come up with your own show, your own concept, and your own baby. And that's when 360 Biz was born. Let me take this opportunity to actually bring back my boy, Bulelane Bala. How are you, boy?
Yeah, what's up, man? One of the biggest things it brings is structure that it brings to the show. So the show must have structure. So I'm the kind of individual who just does things sometimes on a whim, and he likes to know. So he'd be calling me 4-8 times. Bulelane, what's going on tomorrow, dude? I'm like, no, don't worry, it's cool. Like, dude, what's going on tomorrow? So it brings a lot of structure, and I mean, with that comes a lot of professionalism, likes doing his things on time. Likes being organized, likes being professional.
Well, Teboho's been doing the show now for a long time, and he strikes me as the kind of guy who takes it very seriously. He's got people he really wants to have conversations with, things he wants to achieve on the show. He wants to drive a certain agenda, which is terrific.
I think the show went over the roof. So now, obviously, it's business. This side it's the radio show, this side it's the TV show, and things were just happening. So things were happening, and came a big company that was into infrastructure development to say, Baba, we need to build a hotel in Botswana, but we are swamped. So we want you to be the one that builds the hotel on our behalf. Like, really? Okay, I'm used to doing, 2 million, 3 million yen projects. But now doing a project of that magnitude alone, I think it was, something that, I think that's where things changed. For me, I think that's when I realized that I love this. It was a hotel that would take you over a year plus to build. We had built it in less than 3 months.
Abekho baningi abantu abayenza lo msebenzi from a technical perspective. Siphuma ku generation where through BE sikwazile ukwenza lama projects but si outsource. The generation yamanje yama practitioners and professionals bayakwazi ukuzenzela.
You look at townships like Soweto, there's so many billions that rotates them. So you could imagine being the landlord and all these people pay rent from you. In the township, you'll never run out of tenants, never. So, and I started getting into the space of property.
I think first asemncome ngenisha aykhethile. Inisha kaTeboho deals with inkinga esiphethe sonke, the social housing and the affordable housing space, which really talks to properties that are between 500,000 and 700,000. The business case yabo Teboho that they are by pursue is also innovative It's develop to rent, which means I'm a developer, ahlala nalawo ma income stream rental.
Now, comrade, we don't build rooms going straight down, we build going up. You know, we're building the BEPS in the township.
Mangakhuluma nge-leadership nje umuntu uyenzile leyo nto leyo for over 500 units. I think, as they say in business, numbers speak for themselves.
So now, I would sit on top of money and, just be, it's nice to have money, yo.
Motivational speaking, emceeing, and I think he got into it. He wouldn't say this to the public, but at first, when he first started, I think it was just, I want to be known, I want to be on the platform because he likes the platform. Yes, he loves the mic. He'll tell you, I love the mic. So I think he went into that space because, one, he loved it. He wanted to be known. He was young. And then it turned into something that he started realizing, I can change someone's life by being on the platform, by telling my story. So then he became more of a motivational speaker, not a show, Just to ensure Bahola spiritually, because he's a very spiritual person.
Even Lynn herself, I think it's a MPA, in a regular coursing. So, and then Barbulela Hori, Hunali somebody, Otlotlang, Corona, are motivate. Mucho Hagena, I saw him, Party, Washa, Wala Kele Lohorki, Teboho Waka, una bua le rona ne really group raise that course MBA.
For Teboho, it's about giving back. For Teboho, it's not just about having all the money in the world. It's about what can I do? How can I find that person that was giving up and empower them,
He anchors himself and he mentors other people and he passes on the baton that he would have received from others that were ahead of him, So the legacy is not so much about you; it's about the difference that you make in other people's lives.
For me, it has been a question of I love seeing other people grow. If you know your story, you're not intimidated by who Of course, you realize that our path is different. Reality is somebody opened up an opportunity for me to one day. The least I could do is to open up opportunities for others.
For me, a game changer is a guy like him who's able to go out there and his game changer is measured by the amount of people he's impacted rather than his bank balance. But even though you peek at his bank balance, it looks good as well. So it does a balance of both.
Teboho is an underground millionaire. He possesses land, he possesses property, he possesses buildings, I think 2 if I'm not mistaken. He also has a fleet of cars that he has for his business.
There's so many things that you should look forward to and that are in the pipelines. I'm very excited about the offices that we're setting up abroad, that we're finally becoming a global business. So actually getting our fundraising money from, foreign currency to actually come invested into Africa. So I'm very excited about that. That obviously now we're into new offices. It's a new thing, so we're bringing a new team. So there's actually a lot of exciting things that are happening.
Well, the first thing I can say, being out of Sekasa, I went to his new offices last week, and they wow. And I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things for us entrepreneurs. I mean, it's like, I mean, milestones for us are things as small as when someone is calling and then you hear the teleprompter saying, TM Group, hello. If you want to go to sales, press 1. If you want to go, so those are some of the small milestones because we work really hard.
The most thing that I always love the most, dressing up. I'm looking forward to relaunching my own brand and clothing boutique called Trendman. It's for men that are not afraid to create trends or dress up for that matter. So there's so much more that we've got planned.
He lives his best life. And for him, I really think it's him conquering the world. Teboho has got so much to offer, not just in South Africa. I mean, he's already started to tap into other industries abroad. I'd really hope for him to be seen for the person that he is, and also grow his legacy.
Ke kopa Modimo mo thuse a tswele pele dikgwebong tsa hae. Yes. A be a thuse le ba bang ba batla ho bula dikgwebo tse nyane. A ba thuse hore ba tswele pele le bona.
For the future ke mo lakaletsa tswelopele gobane ke tshepa gore tswelopele ya gagwe ke tswelopele ya batho ba le bantsi e ka se nne fela ya gagwe le mong because ile motho ya ratang gore a bone gore batho ba developer as well. So I mean, he's created mesebetsi, he's created a lot of opportunities for batho ba bantsi.
Samfiseli next unayo yonke into ayifunayo. No, I mean, he's achieved a lot for his age, my man. Yazi kumnani kanjani umuntu athi kuwe ngicabanga ukuyisa abantwana eDisneyland next week. Ucabanga ukuthi kusasa ngicabanga. Mawuthi uyamfonela uthola ivoicemail. Makabuya kuwe sekakuthumela ithombe dabe seDisneyland last week. Hawu ndoda ngempela. So I mean, I don't know what more he wants.
I don't have a yard. I don't have a helicopter. I don't have a jet. And I still need a bit more properties, in fact, a whole lot of properties. So there's still so much I need to achieve. I think for where I need to be, I'm not even on 20%. So we must forget, I've not even started achieving. I believe in multiple incomes. You know, like I always say, you know what, you need to make money to go to toilet. You need to make money farting. You need to make money sleeping. So, and that's the way it needs to be.
Right.